Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Road to Greatness, episode 27. My name is Elijah Citroni, and I'm officially 9 weeks out from my first ever bodybuilding show. And it's been 11 weeks, or technically 10 full weeks of contest preparation. And I want to run you through what my experience has been and some of the beliefs that I've had shattered across these past 10 weeks. And so to kick things off, the first thing I've noticed is that under recovery is a more common diagnosis than being overworked. And I bring that up in regards to the importance of sleep, understanding that what we eat is a limited resource now. So we can't be just haphazardly eating food saying, yeah, it's macros, it ticks the boxes, I'm still losing weight, I'm still achieving my goal. I've needed to be very mindful of the fact that, hey, me eating this probably doesn't serve me well. And it's been a wonderful audit for not only what I eat, but also for my time, where I invest my energy, who I invest my energy into. And I've really enjoyed learning more about myself in those two aspects. So appropriately making sure that I am recovered and what I choose to do in regards to recovery. So that includes, where I spend my time. I said that before, and I'll just reiterate it again. Who I put time into, the people that I spend time with, the work that I do, and what I do to recover. Am I reading a book? Am I out with people that I want to spend time with that rejuvenate me? Am I hanging out with my partner? These are all things that I have found helped me. And I believe going through this experience has been a great audit of all of those. Something else that I've come to realize is that the human body is probably super robust and anti-fragile and can handle much more than any other system I have ever seen. Regardless of how I feel, my body gets up and it does the thing. My mind, however, will always limit how far my body can go. And I've really noticed that. Like, I've had to push my mind even when my body was like, we can do this, but my head was so afraid. And in that context, I've had to keep pushing past these glass ceilings, these beliefs that keep telling me that I can't do it, and just going forward and forward and forward and realizing, no, I can. And in breaking these beliefs, I am totally convicted that I will make it to stage, even though it's my first time and this prep could totally end up in shambles for all I'm aware. I'm purely convicted that I will make it to stage. Okay. And typically I find that the reason I believe I can't do something in my mind is because of a story I tell myself. And the big thing for me has been what I've previously experienced influences what I believe to experience in this next thing. All right. Doing hard things has reinforced to me that I can do this next tough thing, that I can apply myself to something and get a successful result. I'm not playing to not lose. I'm playing to win. I am playing to be the best version of me. And every day that I don't quit, I've won. And so again, I'm 9 weeks out. I've completed 10 weeks of prep. I've stacked 70 days. 70 days I've shown up, regardless of how I've felt, regardless of what I've experienced the day before or on the day. I've showed up for me. I've chosen to not quit. And that has been the thing that's kept me moving forward. And I see it all around me now. Okay, what I've gone through in the past plants assumptions in my mind of what it might take to get through this next day. I don't know what it has to hold, yet here it is. And prep has been probably one of the hardest things that I have ever committed myself to. But it has been hands down the most rewarding. And so a bit of an ism for myself moving forward with prep is assume nothing, but expect everything. So what does that mean? Well, I'm going to accept whatever comes my way, be it good or bad, and use both the resources that I have in regards to time and energy and resourcefulness as well to overcome whatever challenge I face. Okay, rather than believing that this circumstance should be a certain way, I'm choosing to take ownership of the challenge and give myself the agency to do something about it. Wallowing in the idea that, oh, this should be like this and this should be like that. It says, no, it says, we're here. You are where you stand right now. This is your point A. And so, what would it take for me to get to point B, to get to the goals that I'm looking to achieve? All right, this is what is pushing me forward. And this has been the biggest thing for me, is changing my belief. Okay, I'm choosing to be a bodybuilder until I become one. I'm choosing to be world class until I become world class, because I believe that I will be both of those things. And this might sound like arrogance, but truly it's conviction. As I know that I'm willing to put in the work. And every time that I have done, it has paid a massive return on my investment with the people that I'm able to help, the people that I'm able to serve. And I love the way that me serving myself makes me better at serving others. And I will continue to push myself to whatever capacity I can or that I'm willing to. Because I've broken so many beliefs these past few months. And on Sunday, being the 1st of March, I'll be jumping on stage potentially next month on the 26th of April. That's really cool. That excites me. It fires me up. Like, wow, like not long now. I just got to hold on. Okay, I had this, beliefs. I had this belief that I couldn't get lean. I had this belief that I was not strong. I had all these reasons and insecurities and imposter syndrome, like beliefs that lingered around. And every day that I've chosen to stick around, that voice gets quieter and quieter, and that extends beyond prep. Right? It extends into my career, into how I show up for my partner, into how I show up in life in general. And I've come to realize that every time I quiet these fears, the only thing that's left is me. And it's allowed me to step into being the best version of myself. Right? I would pride myself on being a chameleon. The thing with being a chameleon and always changing your colors and trying to be this certain thing is you forget what your colors truly are. The flip side of that being that because I've tried so many colors, I get to pick which ones I like and which ones I don't. And I've really come to like the colors I wear. As goes for the flannelette shirts. This is me. This is Elijah. And I've got 9 more weeks to keep peeling back layers and find out what Elijah's physically made of, but also mentally. I have had a bit of a thought about post-prep, what things I really want to invest in, where I want to spend my time, and a lot of it has been around learning and education, surrounding myself with people that are heading in the same direction that I am, and moving myself geographically to a place where these people are more accessible. So, on that little tiny cliffhanger team, thank you for tuning into this episode of Road to Greatness. This was more of a brain dump than anything. However, do like, share, comment, subscribe. Let me know what your favorite part was or what you'd love to hear more of. And until then, take care. We'll chat next week.